Hey guys, Myth here. I wanted to showcase what we're going to play on Keepers of the Flame patch on POE 1 today. It's going to be a trapper, so this is like for Uber content. Now this is a standard character, but like trappers from like build-wise don't really change a lot. Like the amount of damage what they're getting, like it's coming from different sources. So like this is a legacy trapper, right? So it's a bit easier to acquire it through the years. I'm gonna have a way shorter, let's say, time window to do it on a league, but yeah, nonetheless, hasn't failed me once, so let's get to it. So this is all the available Ubers, right? It's nothing like too crazy. I think like the real Ubers are now freaking maps overused, especially like tier 17s, but yeah. Right. Shouldn't take too long. Right. So Cortex, you can spawn with different mods. On Uber variants you get 2 bosses at the same time instead of 1. It's nothing too crazy. This build absolutely loves Cortex. It allows a full practical like preload between each of the spawns, so and like minimal phasing. So telling you, forcing you to run maps when you do Ubers. Annoying. Yeah. So I've always been a bosser, so kind of that's what I farm through the leagues. But yeah, I feel like the map, like it's fine. I probably make more currency than bossing. Bossing is really big RNG. If you get like something giga rare, then make more currency. But otherwise, it's the medium income. Right, so the bosses here are random, so it's all the synthesis bosses you encounter on the unique maps, right? You probably won't see any abilities from them here, so it's basic stuff really, some AoE stuff. The problem is the mods that the Cortex can provide. They are random. Some of them can fully brick your build, but Trapper gets like the perks of immunity to like reflect and all kinds of other stuff, so that's almost the biggest killer in this game. Reflect and stuff like that. So see, like you got caught in AoE. Like we are not giga tanky on this build, but thing is like, yeah, Cortex is completely unpredictable. See, like they're practically critical immune, right? This is a problem, because we are 800 crit multi with 100% crit. As I mentioned, all Ubers get negative 70% damage taken. But you see, like, I just like wasn't paying attention, right? So that's why we fell over. Usually Cortex is pretty cheap to do, like profit-wise, right? So when you're like low on currency, just bite the lip, buy some Cortexes, try to recover. Just provides solid gold income, sometimes other stuff. Oh, damn it. See, like those black holes there, they're the rogues there. Very. Oh no. Something got me there. Right, it's going way worse than I wanted it to be. I like to make my builds around like speed as well, so like the more bosses you can run, let's say per hour, per session, the more chances of loot you're getting. So full preload. Ah, damn it, no, that was weird. Oh yeah, he does that. So basically you can, like, don't kill one enemy, and you take long enough, he will spawn the next wave. It's like very rare to see that. We just didn't place the portal, right? So. This is like, if I would not prepare all dupers, I probably would do the video here, don't we? We all learn from our mistakes sometimes, right? So, but yeah, you get like 4 waves, so 2 at start. You get 2 bosses, then 2 bosses, then it's the minion phase, and then it's 2 bosses and 2 bosses again. But it's nothing tragic, like I was just trying to catch you off guard with the degens and stuff. See those black holes? They do quite a lot of damage. I'm quite resistant to that stuff. So this is an explosive trap, mind over matter. Let's just see, I adorned, min-maxed with Calder's stuff, right? So yeah, right. So that was Uber Cortex. Well, let's hope next one's better. I think I started in the worst order. So Eater. Eater is basically a cold spellcaster and attacker, where you just, it's pretty. He's pretty annoying to do. Maybe I get a good preload off here. He does not spawn with any extra mods like Cortex, right? Survivability is ours. So I never tried these on hardcore. Just try to cheese him a bit. Okay. How did that actually hit me? What? So one thing with POE 1, and different from POE 2, you are not limited to deaths. So 6 portals is actually called a defensive mechanic, right? So I still have 4 goes at him, and with my damage, like any of these bosses are pretty hard to fail. Wow, what is this AoE? Okay. They changed something, holy moly. Wow. This is very interesting how he's doing this. See, the damage isn't an issue. Couldn't even get like one clean opening on him. But this is the thing, like, you will damage him and he will make you run around the glowing spheres to empower, to like interrupt his like one-hit mechanic, right? So, but otherwise than that, it's just about survivability. But yeah, Uber Eater is like, for some builds who stack like Cauldras, it's pretty easy. It's just easy. So this is Uber Elder. Even with like low defense, I'm quite experienced in these fights. That it shouldn't be a problem. Providing if you get a good shrine drop from an amazing weapon, it'll be easier. So, like, normally you're not gonna phase them instantly. This is legislate, but you never know. The drafts provided on the league, they seem so stupid. I believe something like explodey totems might happen again, but that's softcore for you. I don't blame him. Right, so you have 2 enemies here. This is Uber Shaper, and that is Uber Elder, right? So what do they do? Well, Uber Elder is basically more or less the guy that will try to like disable you, slow you down and make you easier target for like Uber Shaper. Uber Shaper is the guy you really want to watch out for. Like, all his abilities are practically lethal. Beam is an insane, it's a degen, right? It does constant DPS if you stand in it. If you combine it with the tools on the ground, you're probably gonna insta it unless you're like doing some, I don't know, insane HP or like damage over time reduction mechanics. But yeah. So what the Shaper's all is the Shaper Slam. Where I died there was like he became immune and did this spear things, right? like all arena gets basically all the top with small damage, damageable, like spheres that do damage, sorry. And like, I don't know, I don't find these bosses that profitable, so this is more like a Maven farmer, this character. Though it is able to do all the Ubers. Sadly, we don't have the new Ubers on standard yet for the new bosses, but we'll test that out next league. Reset, right? So, but other than that, I don't know. Well, yeah, but we got him, right? So this is the thing. You can even like finish the fight and die off degens, so like never lose your guard. They're just trying to speed run through all the available right now with a quick explanation. Oh, there you go. That's pretty good. I think we got a. I'm not sure what's prismatic. I might be a no, it wasn't a sublime. I think I'd be too lucky. We dropped a new orb I didn't see before. This is so cheesy. You guys are getting all the good stuff. We would ask for all this stuff like 2 years ago before POE 2 got released, and like those were just dreams, right? Yeah, so you saw like with good damage that fight isn't really an issue. Problem is when you take too long and the area like gets too many hazards, like the dodging with, right? Yeah. Next to Uber Maven. This is like the boss everyone hates. And not gonna lie, when she came out, I have one elite player guide me how to run her. I was scared of her as well because of the like tile mechanic, but it's nothing hard. So you basically have 3 tiles, right? What happens, you have 3 phases. On first phase, she makes you dance 3 tiles, right? This is how it looks, right? Right. This is like easy, right? But it can go anyway. Next phase is already 6 tiles, right? A reminder is that all the Ubers run a severe penetration and quite high damage numbers, right? So this is a very pretty durable character, right? So you see, like I'm kind of insta-phasing, so I'm missing a bit of the fight with like extra boss ads and stuff. This is the same like in Uber Elder fight, but you have to watch not to destroy your arena, right? Because when it all shotguns, all the negative effects, that's like where the fight ends. It becomes impossible to be. We're getting extremely easy memory phases, right? That was 6 tiles, right? And this is like what people don't like this boss, because the fragments are big expensive, yeah, and the tile mechanic. But you can cheese it. Yeah, on hardcore you can, but on softcore you can actually skip the memory games by dying and running over. So you have to, like, if you're a new player, you can take that in, like, as an option, right? And this is the problem with the beams. If you get hit by the beams, like any of the beams, right, on Uber Maven, you will have your recovery stopped and max resistance is reduced for 10 whole seconds. This both can overlap, right? It's a severe debuff in this fight. But you see, like, this boss is really easy if you practiced it and if you know what you're doing, right? She can drop the rare gems in the POE right now. I mean, awakened exceptionals very, very rarely and very, very expensive to sell. But yeah, for like in-depth mechanics, maybe this build isn't the best, but I'm just recommending Trapper because they might introduce it on POE 2 as well very soon. And it's good practice, like, I don't know, like, some people might enjoy the trap play, like a gameplay, right? Searing Exarch, again, one fat guy who freaking does a lot of damage, ton of penetration, and one's really stupid freaking phasing mechanic. And there you go, I didn't even... well, I did phase him, that's alright. So your intent is like to dodge all these spheres, kill the Minotaur, yeah, somehow, yeah, But since you're using the 6 portal defense mechanic, which is foolproof, yeah, this is a hardcore viable build as well, as you see. So, oh, actually doing the balls again. Uh-oh. Well, you see, this was like, oh no. I expected to live more than 1 second, not gonna lie there. So, yeah, he's very buggy. If you do a lot of damage, he might give you a hard time. Now, let's see. Oh, really likes us. Uber bosses aren't a problem for me to manage anymore, so they're just like humiliating the only way they can by when I'm posting a YouTube video. So I didn't expect that advanced AI built in POE 1. POE 1. Oh, we got him, okay. And this is as well Uber, right? So like, don't be worried if you're doing like Watchstone content, if like you shouldn't be having a problem with them. This is like because of severe damage numbers and penetration and ridiculous rules that Ubers have, making the fight very hard. So this is just plain Uber Shaper. This is actually where I can talk a bit because there's an intro. Right, so to get to him. Whoa, okay, what the? Okay. Oh yeah, tell you. Right, so to get to him, you fight the 4 bosses on each corner, right? That unlocks the portal in the middle. This is a very annoying Uber to run on hardcore. Not because of Uber Shaper, because genuinely you can spawn the Wolf Boss. And Wolf Boss is corrupted blood. And not like a normal corrupted blood, but with a very broken scaling, practically almost insta-killing you if you're not corrupted blood immune. So this kind of applies to Uber Cyrus as well, but we'll get to that in a moment. So you run 4 ways, kill the mini bosses. They are nothing as a Uber Shaper, do not worry. Uber Shaper is way more tankier and deadlier. So this is like where the game base. Oh, let's see. You can do Ubers. Right, no, you can't. Right. Uber Shaper is basically the same enemy we fought in the Uber Elder arena, but he has illusions. Uber Elder isn't present. You'll see. He does the phasing, right? When he gets damaged, there's the illusions going, he will throw you away from the arena. So we have to retrace back to him by running this whole long corridor with enemies, which is good for some builds. You get to restore your flask charges and other stuff, right? So, and their treating bosses are really good. As I say, they have added players do not lose experience on death, which means that my friends can say, hey Myth, I need that carry, and I go in while I was saving all that hard boss earned experience and help, and even if I use the 6 portal defense, I do not get penalty for it, which is a great addition. Like, yeah, GGG has done great with POE. I'm so proud I'm playing this game for 10 years. Oh, but did we? We did. So technically we should get thrown in the Shaper's arena. You see the Degen got me there. Degens are really lethal in this game. Right. As you see, he's phasing and illusions are still having a laugh at me. Right. This is a really good boss to preload. And he's so like static here as well, right? He exposes him fully while doing the beam. All you have to do is not to get caught. So yeah, just like don't sleep on your keyboard. I'm aware people use WASD movements, so it might be a bit tricky. I'm more like a mouse user on POE 1. I might swap, might try it this league. But since I'm not an inventor, like I like to use foolproof stuff, especially because I intend to try hardcore this league as well. Get back to the Ubers. Last time we did quite good. Cleared a lot of them. But yeah. Right. Okay. So you see, like, trappers can kind of abuse all the phasing, so this is why POE 2 kind of stopped the, I think, introduction to trappers, because I don't know how they're gonna solve the, you can just fully preload 20 traps, you know, on a boss, making them either insta-die or something. Oh my god. Okay. This is the thing, yeah, he will do that. He will, like, lose your vision, and then, like, you're hearing the beam come in, you know, when he's doing the thing. I don't know. It's already too late. Right. Yeah. Let's see, we're not getting, like, we only got, like, what? The Elder, Exalted Orb, and Watcher's Eye. Which is from the, like, rare part of the table. So, yeah, last Uber. Cyrus. Now, Cyrus is the tricky one. Both on VPS, like, might cause your PC to melt, both on damage. You really need to be CB immune. Like, if you're just, like, fighting him for the first time, like, get Corrupted Blood immunity. He's one of the bosses he does apply it, right? Otherwise than that, he has tricky mechanics, but it's more about, like, not seeing them. If you, like, execute correctly, you know, solid damage, you're not gonna have to do a lot of them. I'll show you what you mean. So all these Ubers were done on 52 fire resistance and 59 lightning resistance. Thank you, Messi, for contributing with amazing magic jewel to make that happen. Messi's a good friend of mine. Right, so you get the Cyrus to trigger him, you go underneath him, right? He will, English. He will come down from the chair and become attackable, right? If you exit this ring before phasing him, he will go back to the chair phase, and you'll have to trigger him again, right? He loves chairs. Right, so those storms you see there, they're practically insta-death if you step into them. You can get touched by them lightly on the very, like, corner, but yeah, it's not recommended. So these degens on the floor will reduce your max stress and stop recovery, just like Maven if you stand in them. So that's why you're taking so much damage. You're not taking damage, but you're not recovering, if you get what I mean. But we're rocking a whole 50 virus, so what do we care, right? Resistances in software are overrated. Oh, but we did phase him. When you get him to this state, he realizes he's gonna pull the Uber Cyrus move, you know, fully heal, and go one full ham last time at you. So what this means is that now that we get him, we actually get to finish him off. But he will heal up to full, and this is problematic. I don't think that's the way. There we go. So this is the fourth time we make him land because our DPS is good, and we did phase him each time he landed. And he can do illusions, all kinds of other stuff, so make you run a maze, everything, right? But the key is just to do as much as damage as possible on each window, and not to slack, because you do have 6 portals. Sometimes the nullifications will cause you to lose ability to get to him even, right? So it's a tricky boss, but cheap as well. So that's all the current Ubers, guys. Hope you enjoyed the content. This is POE 1. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. But thank you for watching. Have a good day.